Hello friends, today we will discuss how to identify the shear zone in underground excavation. So here this is a tunnel for a hydropower project. So here we have a very interesting feature and this is a shear zone. But main problem is here, this shear zone is only confined to the cyst band. Those are alternatively means present in this um, tunnel along the knives. So here you can see this is a wall. So you can see there is lots of black type of colored type of material. But as you can see, the dipping of the beds is towards the tunnel. So this wall is more affected comparatively the opposite wall. So how to identify these shear zones and what is the adverse effect on the structure we will discuss here. So you can see first of all, when the rocks grind to each other, when two blocks move to each others, they convert the containing mineral into clay. So here you can see these whitish colors layers are the clay layers, and you can see the dripping condition is also through this zone. So this zone is providing the secondary permeability to the groundwater. So basically this is a lean season. When the monsoon season comes, this pore water pressure exceed and it will try to tend this wall unstable category. Except these clay zones, what are else structure. So with the help of these structure we can identify this is a really a shear zone. So come here with me, I'll show you some interesting features. First of all, you can see this opposite wall. So this opposite wall you can see some SC structures. Here, come here. So you can see some SC structures here, some sigmoidal structure. So these are the thin planes. Those are providing the shearing moment. As you can see here also, this plane is curved here. So this plane is acting as a shear zone for this layer. So one thing is here. So this one is known as the PY structure. So this one is known as the PY structure. So this is the Y structure and this is the P structure. So this is the brittle shear zone. Again, when we see some more feature like here, you can see this rock is already curved here. So this is a Y structure and this is a P structure. Except this, you can see this is a cyst band. In cyst band, you can see SC structures. So this SC structure is basically belongs to brittle ductile shear zone. So we can easily identify the shear zone in the underground structure. Okay, what else? So you can see this plane. So at this plane you can see high ridges portion and the low ridges portion. So these are the high ridges portion and these are the low ridges portion. So we can see this is the elevated region and this one is the depression, and we are getting this elevated region and depression continuously. So this is a fault plane here. So this plane is acting as a Y plane here. So with the help of such type of plane we can identify the shear zone or fault zone in the underground structure, as well as when we move the hands over these planes, this plane has mica. But sometime what happen, this mica and clay may be deposited due to the seepage of the water. So but this high ridges and depression regions are the very typical characteristic feature of the fault plane. So along these planes we are getting movement here. That's why this whole rock mass is highly fractured and brittle. You can see as well as here also. Due to this reason, some more features also are present here, because this section is very interesting. So as you can see, this is again a cystose band here, and this cystose band again very seared and fractured and have iron contained features. You can see reddish color. So this is the iron leaching along this plane. But when you see the upper rock, this is a granitic gneiss. There is no iron contained staining, etc., nothing else. So this is looks like very fresh rock. But here this one is highly fractured and highly stained. Some more features here you can see. Yes, you can see this is again a shear zone here. So you can see the sigmoidal structure, SC structures, and the rotated porphyroclast also. So this is again the characteristic features of the shear zone. Okay. Then we have very interesting feature here. So you can see this is a S type of fold. So S type of fold, and this one is also, this block is also means looked like a asymmetrical bodinas. So this one is the again typical feature of the shear zone. And this here you can see this one again in curving features. So this plane is curved, this plane is curved, this plane is curved, this plane is curved. So this is a typical feature of the shear zone. So due to this shear zone, you can see this whole wall is comes under fourth class category in the rock mass characterization. So we have to provide the support system according to the fourth class of the rock mass rating system. So this is the typical features. With the help of these features, we can identify the shear zone and the damage zone in the underground excavation, and we can provide the appropriate support system to the means our structure. So with this note, thank you to all you.